and basically no favors were exchanged.
But the Liberals aren't buying it.
The facts are that Dimitri Soudis, a spokesman for the Prime Minister, intervened on a government file. He ordered senior ministerial staffers, including a chief of staff, to attend meetings designed to influence a $50 million deal. And he did this to help a land developer that a party fundraiser described as, quote, someone who is powerful, who is important for conservative votes and money.
Let's summarize this latest scandal the Liberals have dug up. No favors were handed out.
Mr. Speaker, members of the Manitoba Legislature, welcome to the second session of the 39th Legislative Assembly of the Province of Manitoba. In addition, Manitoba has been working with the Canadian government and state governments in the U.S. to protect and enhance our access to key trade markets. In response to U.S. border security measures, Manitoba will begin offering an enhanced driver's license as an affordable and secure form of identification for travelers. The new license will be available in the fall of 2008. Manitoba is also taking a major role in the development of a mid-continent trade corridor, connecting our northern port of Churchill with trade markets throughout the central U.S. and Mexico. To advance the concept, an alliance has been built with business leaders and state and city governments spanning the entire length of the corridor. When fully developed, the trade route will incorporate an inland port in Winnipeg with pre-clearance for international shipping.
Thank you. As you three leaders meet here, there are a growing number of people in each of your countries who have expressed concern about the Security and Prosperity Partnership. This is addressed to all three of you. Can you say today that this is not a prelude to a North American Union, similar to a European Union? Are there plans to build some kind of superhighway connecting all three countries? And do you believe all of these theories about a possible erosion of national identity stem from a lack of transparency from this partnership?
Thank you for... Well, let me begin. And I guess I've read some things from my opposition in Canada. I'm not sure these are generally expressed concerns, but a couple of my opposition leaders have speculated on massive water diversions and superhighways to the continent, maybe interplanetary, I'm not sure as well.
And I'm amused by some of the speculation, some of the old, you call them political scare tactics. If you've been in politics as long as I have, you get used to that kind of technique, where you lay out a conspiracy and then force people to try to prove it doesn't exist. And that's just the way some people operate. And so I appreciate that question. I'm amused by the difference between what actually takes place in the meetings and what some were trying to say takes place. It's quite comical, actually, when you realize the difference between reality and what some people are talking on TV about.
Manitoba is also taking a major role in the development of a mid-continent trade corridor.
Maybe interplanetary, I'm not sure.
Connecting our northern port of Churchill with trade markets throughout the central U.S. and Mexico.
Speculation.
An alliance has been built with business leaders and state and city governments spanning the entire length of the corridor.
Conspiracy.
When fully developed, the trade route will incorporate an inland port in Winnipeg with pre-clearance for international shipping.
Maybe interplanetary, I'm not sure.
Conspiracy.
Maybe interplanetary, I'm not sure.
It's quite comical, actually, when you realize the difference between reality and what some people are talking on TV about. Reality, and what some people are talking on TV about. the United States is a force for good.
The opposition booed the Prime Minister and demanded an apology, accusing him of insulting the entire Greek community.
To stand in this House is what I demand, and apologize publicly to each and every Greek Canadian.
Harper was defending a senior advisor and another longtime party supporter, both being accused by opposition parties of political interference, when he raised their Greek heritage.
The Bloc MP mentioned the name of two people who are of Greek origin. One is an employee here in Ottawa. Another one is a Conservative Party supporter in Montreal. The fact that there are two Montreal men who have Greek origins is not a plot.
Harper's deputy press secretary and advisor on Quebec issues is accused of intervening in a dispute between a Montreal developer and the government over management of two federal buildings in the National Capital Region. Soudas insists he did nothing wrong.
Ultimately, a request was made on a specific file for those who choose to serve the public in the spirit of transparency. Looking into a file makes common sense. The file was looked into. As you may have noticed, the issue was before the courts at the time. It remains before the courts today, and basically no favors were exchanged.
But the Liberals aren't buying it.
The facts are that Dimitri Soudas, a spokesman for the Prime Minister, intervened on a government file. He ordered senior ministerial staffers, including a chief of staff, to attend meetings designed to influence a $50 million deal. And he did this to help a land developer that a party fundraiser described as, quote, someone who is powerful, who is important for Conservative votes and money.
Let's summarize this latest scandal the Liberals have dug up. No favors were handed out.
Comment.
And suggesting any kind of such a link is insulting. I represent Greektown in Toronto, and I find that kind of an approach to dealing with such questions completely inappropriate on the part of the Prime Minister.
There's no link between the fact those people are from Greek origins, nothing, Greek roots, not at all.
Was the suggestion racist?
I think that was a kind of suggestion he was making.
They are weak, they're unravelling in a heap, and they're resting squarely at the Prime Minister's feet. It is clear Mr. Soudas tried to exert pressure over public works officials. They were being lobbied.
Well, I think having spoken to friends and family that also voted for this government, they're very disappointed by promises that were made that weren't kept, changes that were supposed to happen and didn't. And I think that this country definitely needs to move back to what it used to be, and it's definitely not gold. Why?
Because I think I'm not allowed to say what I think of Harper on TV.
Well, I mean,
but no, I think that we've taken a turn for the worse, and Canada used to be known for peacekeeping, and we're not anymore, unfortunately. We're just as bad as our friends down under. Like, it's not helping. So that's my opinion.